Thank you.
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. It's my great privilege to speak on the Financial Assistance for Live Organ Donors Bill, and I want to acknowledge my friend and colleague Chris Bishop for his great good fortune in having the bill drawn out of the ballot when I failed after a couple of years, and successive colleagues also we're not so lucky. I just want to go through a little bit of the genesis of the bill because it came about for two reasons. One was my very good friend, whom I've had a relationship with since I was 5 years old, has had 2 kidney transplants. He has a familial condition of renal problems. The first transplant was of a cadaver donation following a motor vehicle accident, and some 5 years later, his very generous brother donated 1 kidney, and he's enjoyed very, very good health since then. And so I spent much of my adult life watching my good friend go through quite a few health challenges, home hemodialysis, literally hundreds of hours hooked up to a machine in order to keep him as well as he could be. But that actually wasn't the genesis of the bill. It was a conversation I'd had with the parent of another good friend who himself had had a kidney transplant and who said to me that if you wanted a member's bill, this is the one to go for because there was a significant financial barrier to altruistic donation by live organ donors. And that commenced a journey of investigation and inquiry and relationships with Kidney Foundation and other stakeholder and advocacy groups, which certainly confirmed that there was a barrier. We know all about our relatively low rates of organ donation in this country, and I don't think this in and of itself is going to make a significant dent in that, but I think it does remove one other barrier. And I want to acknowledge the previous speaker's comments around the very important notion that this should not be an incentive to encourage otherwise ambivalent donors to get over the line and make that decision. That decision must have been made, and our medical fraternity should be diligent in ensuring that that is the case, so that this is not an incentive, but a means of acknowledging that there are significant financial costs to altruistic live organ donation, and that they can be met using the formula that we use for the provision of weekly compensation through ACC. I have every confidence that the Health Select Committee, under Mr O'Connor, and the sponsor of the bill, Mr Bishop, will do an excellent job in ensuring that any wrinkles can be ironed out. I look forward to its return from the committee, and I commend it to the House.
Williams.